All right. Thank you, Smeggy, for your musical inclinations.
As always.
Welcome all to Hit or Miss. I am Night Strike, as always. And we've got a decent panel tonight. We don't have a full panel yet, but, you know, there are a couple invites out there. Hopefully we'll have a full panel, but we'll do the show with who we got. So, you know, left to right, we've got AWAG 1000. What's going on, AWAG?
Oh, yeah. How you doing? Thanks for the invite. Appreciate it.
No problem, buddy. No problem. All right. Next, we have everyone's favorite tactical chicken. Guess what, Gary? What's going on, Gary?
Hey, thanks for the invite. Just got home from work, ready to enjoy the festivities.
Outstanding. All right. Next up, we've got everyone's favorite co-host of Rant and Rave, Roll Call 219.
Hello. Thank you. I'm going to enjoy myself tonight.
Nice helmet.
I like that helmet. I need to get one. Tell me where I can get one. All right. Then we have the YouTuber formerly known as Triple D, Sandhill Shooter.
Good evening. Thanks for the invite. Glad to be here.
All right. And, you know, let's introduce him again because it's Smeggy. What's going on, Smeggy?
Hey, how's everyone doing tonight?
All right. We're doing good. We're doing good. Then we got Squib. What's going on, Squib?
Proud member of the B team reporting in. Thanks for the invite.
Just remember, this is a no Bitcoin chat, so just remember.
What about Karambit coin?
No, that's a good one. No Karambit coin either. No cryptocurrency chat.
Karambit coins are so Nightwagon.
Yes, they are.
And last but not least, tonight we have the one, the only, that guy from Europe, the Crazy Scotsman. What's going on?
Not much, man. Just home from work. Appreciate the invite as always. Good to be here with such a great panel. And yourself.
Yeah. Well. All right. Well, thanks for showing up. Tonight, what do we want to talk about tonight? Smeggy, didn't you say you had something you wanted to cover tonight?
No, I did not. I said I might be able to get a guest, but obviously I didn't. So we'll wait on that. He responded positively. Just I guess was busy today. So in future weeks, we might actually have a cool guest.
That would be interesting.
I won't say more than that, so it would be a surprise.
Surprise.
But I don't know. I mean, the Florida thing went through past the which one did it pass? The House or the Senate?
No, the Senate.
It passed the Senate. Now it's going over to the House.
Yeah, I got a message from Florida Carrie, so we'll go over this just a little bit. We're not going to go over it fully. I'm not going to read the whole bill. I'm just going to read what Florida Carrie sent me, all right?
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Florida Carrie sent me a thing. If you live in Florida, you need to be aware of this. You need to watch out for SB 7026 or 7026, however you want to say it. But because it takes away your civil rights or the civil rights of your adult children, however you want to say it. All right. Number one, it denies adults 18 to 20 the right to purchase a firearm. Okay. Number two, it allows the state and the courts to take away your right to bear arms without you having a right to be represented by a lawyer. So they can take your guns without you being represented by a lawyer before due process, apparently.
That sounds like the most infringing violation of the Constitution I've ever heard of.
Oh, it gets better. It gets better. 3, it makes people felons because they bought a legal firearm accessory with no way to get rid of the now illegal accessory, and no compensation for the property that is now illegal.
Well, that's a little misleading. I mean, I'm assuming that's bump stock ban or whatever, and they're not going to pay you for turning it in. But with no way to getting rid of it, just fucker throw it away. It takes 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It does suck. It is your property. You spent money on it, and now it's illegal. I'm sorry. I call it as I see it, and that's a little more scary wording than it needs to be, because it sucks just by saying, hey, they're going to ban this stuff and not give compensation. It's just like when they ban regular size magazines, and they're like, you can turn them into the police, but you won't get any money for it. And it's like, okay, well, at $10 a piece, if I have 1,000 of them, like, that's a lot of money.
They weren't $10 a piece, I'll tell you that. But the fact is, they're by saying you either have to turn it in or get rid of it, you're basically they're trying to steal property from illegal. They're trying to legally steal property by way of a so-called ban with air quotes. And they're not reimbursing or even doing any sort of buyback for it. And at that point, I know the government hoses us left and right, but legally stealing, fuck that. So, but either way, if you live in the state of Florida, please call your representative, write them, email them, hell, go and schedule a meeting with them. Tell them that you want them to vote no on 7026, because at this point it has to go through the House. I believe it has to go through Florida's House, and then it goes to the governor. I think that's how it works in Florida, isn't it?
Yeah, that's how it works in any group when you have a Senate and you have a House.
Right.
And whichever one it starts in, that one, like if it passes that, then it goes over to the other one. And sometimes they change it a bit, and then it goes back to the first one for reconciliation, where they like take the 2 versions and figure out which version's like the right one, and then it goes to the governor. So yeah, 2 steps away still. I mean, the governor could always veto it even if it passes. The House could always just let it sit in committee and never bring it up for a vote, or it could get voted in the committee and not brought to the full floor. So it's a couple different steps away, and if we're loud enough and we let them know that's dumb, that I don't get this whole like 18-year-olds or even we'll think of it this way, 20-year-olds are too dumb. They shouldn't be able to have a rifle. Well, what the heck? If they're too dumb to own a rifle, shouldn't they be too dumb to vote?
Shouldn't they be too dumb to join the military?
18, you're allowed to. Yeah, you have your rights. You're an 18-year-old. You're allowed to have free speech. You're allowed to vote. You're allowed to do all the other stuff.
You're allowed to smoke cigarettes.
But not allowed to have a rifle. That's dumb.
Man, they should have just
I
lowered
want to mention there is a federal level bill. I don't have the number off the top of my head, but it was also introduced during all this craziness. That is, it actually wants to lower the age of handguns to 18.
Yes.
Like
That's
federally
what I was just about to bring up.
I would rather go that route. If it's like, oh, handguns and rifles should be the same age. It's like, I completely agree with you. They should both be 18.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think
if you
that
think about it,
but whatever.
I know a few people that got married and they have their own house at 19. Like, I wish it was me, but I can't speak for. I mean, I can speak for me, but I can't speak for them. But if that law goes through, then one of my friends who has their own house and has their own family can't defend their family if need be. Because he's only 19 and she's 20, but they have their own like family. They have their own house. Like, if they were to have a kid, like, how would they be able to protect their family with that law? I mean, if you're old enough to own a car, you're old enough to own a house, you're old enough You pay bills if you're old
I
enough
think,
to.
According to the left wing nut jobs and the rhinos, all they would need to do is just call the police, and the police would come there and protect them, right?
No, and plus the police are not legally obligated to protect you.
all right, so two things. First thing, I work within less than 5 minutes of a police station, and I can guarantee you by the time they actually were called and got to the fucking store, the shit would already have happened and already been over with. Number two, I agree that the age limit should be lowered. However, I would like to see that they have to have some sort of mandatory training just because of how young they are.
Well, I'm gonna play a little bit of devil's advocate with that mandatory training. When people bring up mandatory training, like after this whole Parkland shooting stuff, what if the next, say, school masochist just comes in and just starts, like, he goes in and takes that training and it makes him a better shot because of the training? Is that what you want? I mean,
both of the things that you guys are saying, do you realize what you're saying? Both of you.
I know. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I know what he's saying, and I hope he understands what I'm saying. I mean,
I do. I get it, man.
I'm playing the lefty here,
I am completely against any type of mandatory training because, and I'll use this as an example. They can buy guns as of right now, right? How many problems do we have? Not many. You know what I mean? It's like, and even the whole thing, like, well, you got to be 21 to buy a handgun or whatever. Well, in any place that doesn't have, like forced background checks for private sales or whatever, you can, like, an 18-year-old can own a handgun. They just can't buy one from an FFL. So already, as of right now, right this second, there are 18, 19, and 20-year-olds who own handguns. And I suggest that they're not doing stuff wrong with them. Like, we've seen it. Crime's been going down the past 20 years. Like, accidents have been going down the past however many years. Like, it's been steadily going down. So I don't see where training would help any of that. We don't need it now, so why do you think we do?
Now, here's another thing that I've learned that apparently which is a big problem in, like, Chicago, is that some of these, like, gang members, they get handguns all the time, and they're like 17 and 18 years old.
Okay,
like, so how does that happen?
17 would be illegal, but technically 18's not. I mean,
yeah, but those are stolen handguns in the hands of children.
Exactly.
So, I mean, you're talking about they're already breaking the law. Forget their age. These are stolen handguns.
True.
Yeah. I've said this before, but if you can join the military at 18 and die for our country, then you should be able to own whatever the hell you want, regardless of whether it's a firearm, a car, a house,
a tank,
a goat.
No, it comes down
or a cow.
Yeah, it comes down to, are you an adult at 18 or not? If you're an adult, you should have all the same rights as everyone who's 35, 58, 92. If you're an adult, you're an adult. If you're not, you're not. So let's just make everything the same age. I suggest 18. It's like in Canada, like the legal age is 19. That's why they can drink at 19, but they have to wait until they can start voting and stuff. Like 19 is the age of adult in Canada. 18 is supposedly the age of adult in the US, but only like halfway. And I mentioned this earlier today. What if at 18 you could start voting, but you can only vote for like your local mayor or something, and you can't vote for president until you're 21 because like you're still too dumb to vote for president, but you're smart enough to like vote for a representative or something. People would go nuts and be like, no, it's my right to vote. I should be able to vote in every single election that is in the area I live. And so I'd say the same thing with firearms. You're 18, you're an adult, you have the right to own guns, you should be able to own any type of gun that's available to civilians.
Right. So that's why I don't like these laws that they're trying to force down everyone's throat, saying, "Oh yeah, 21 now. You can't be 18." So then you know the legal age for being adult needs to be raised, up to 21 because apparently 18 is not a responsible enough age.
Right. G-Webs brought this up earlier today when we were hanging in the cave, that he saw something that, they're talking out of both sides of their mouth. So for one, they're saying 18-year-olds are, they're not responsible enough to own long guns or handguns, like they have to be 21, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, apparently there's some new thing where they changed, like, the test you get to get your permit or your driver's license or whatever. You can do it online, and you can do it as many times as you want, and it costs you $6. So you can, like, keep failing the driver's test and just spend $6 more, and you're doing the test online, which means you could have anyone in the background helping you. So you could have someone else do it for you. Like, so in one breath, they're like, oh, 18-year-olds aren't responsible enough to own a long gun. And at the other side, like, oh, 15-year-olds are responsible enough to take an online class and then drive a car. It's like, which one is it? Are kids responsible or not?
I've been saying since they started talking about raising the age to buy a firearm, any firearm, to 21. Okay, if 18-year-olds aren't responsible enough, then you should have to be 21 to not just vote. You should have to be 21 to drive a car. You should have to be 21 to be able to go vote. That means that everything goes to 21. So no tobacco, no joining the military, no buying lottery or pornography until 21, and child support payments will also have to go till the kid's 21 then. Yeah. And we can't do it halfway. We got to do it all or none, don't we? I mean, yeah. I know we don't. I know that the people that are saying this only want to pick and choose what benefits them. But the only thing that makes any sense, if we're going to change one rule, we got to change all the rules.
The problem is you can't pick and choose in this situation. If you're going to go and put this and set it in stone, then you're going to have to accept that you're going to have to do it all across the board or not do it at all because it doesn't make any sense otherwise.
Right, I agree.
The thing I fell into today, which was another drastic Facebook post, was somebody tried to argue with, well, if they're 18, they're in the military, they have training. Well, so I went back to her and said, well, most of the training schools around this country are pretty much ran or instructed by prior military veterans. I said, so you can't base that off the argument that just because regular 18-year-olds don't have military experience, because half the classes that are run around in this country are either taught by veterans or they're owned by veterans. So
that's another double standard. That's its own double standard. Well, no, it becomes that from the left because the same people that are saying, okay, so it's okay, they've had military training. These are the same idiots that are saying, hey, the military people, the veterans, are traumatized with PTSD and they shouldn't have guns. The people that have the military training, they're also trying to say they shouldn't get them either. They're talking out of both sides of the mouths on that issue too.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Why do people have to be so dumb?
I don't understand why they don't understand.
I like that explanation better. I like that better. Much better.
So, Sean, you just jumped in.
It's because
you have to say? Roll call, you're breaking up again.
Sorry. I said they can't. They want answers, but they can't come to a simple conclusion. They're not thinking. They're using emotion. They're using excuses, and they're using fake facts that are broadcasted over the airwaves.
Yeah, they're using emotion and they're using knee-jerk reactions to try and get, more legislation into. I would assume, oppress the average citizen. But I digress. Sean, are you there? Is your mic working now?
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead, lay it on us, Sean.
Well, I mean, the only thing I find ridiculous is the 18-year-old of today. Now, granted, this is a blanket statement. There are exceptions, but the 18-year-old of today is far less prepared for the real world as the 18-year-old of 40 years ago. So, that being said, do we, not we in particularly, but does society want to redefine what an adult is? Because you cannot ask somebody that's 18 years old to train and fight and potentially die for his country at 18 years old, but say, but you can't buy a gun. Oh, and you can't have a beer either. You can't do that. You cannot split that hair. You're either an adult at 18 with all the responsibilities and rights and privileges and consequences of an adult, or you're not. This whole standard of splitting the hair for 18 and 21, that's got to go. Because what that does is it gives you this ageist caste system. And that's the one thing that America is not about. But they keep pushing this. So you're either an adult at 18 with all the privileges and consequences of an adult, or you're not. And this whole idea that they're going to stop crime and mass shootings by stopping people between the ages of 18 to 21 from buying handguns is ridiculous. Because if you take the last 10 mass shootings, one of them was under 21. The other one was under 21, but he stole his parents' guns. So there's only one case out of 10 where this would have possibly made a difference. And it still won't. Because even if you took the gun away, evil always finds a way. It would have been a truck. It would have been a machete. It would have been fertilizer and diesel. So, I don't know. I don't like knee-jerk reactionary laws. And I'm really sick and tired of politicians trying to solve the problem and talk about what they're going to take away from people like you and me, and they have not yet once talked about what they're going to do against the criminal that they catch. Why is that?
Also,
like,
by the way,
set that standard.
Yeah. By the way, they're not saying take it away from them. They're exempted because they already have
take it away from security. Us. Yeah, take it away from us because they set themselves above you and me. We vote for them, and they think that they're better than us. We just selected them because we don't have the time to do it, and we say, look, we voted for you because what you say falls in line with what I believe in. And the day you stop representing that is the day that I vote your sorry ass out. You're not better than me. You're just me by proxy.
We have far too many politicians, elected officials, who think that we need to live in fear of them, and the opposite is true. They need to live in fear of us, because if they don't do what we say do, then they need to leave, and we have that authority to put somebody else in their stead. And far too many elected officials forget that. And then far too many voters are apathetic and don't enforce that. And so we let them get away with it. The people who don't vote are responsible for what's going on in this country, not those of us that show up at the polls. We said our piece. We tried. And anybody who is complaining about it, if you didn't vote, then shut the hell up.
Yeah, you're right. The people who complain the most actually do the least. They don't
usually
vote. They don't recommend people. They don't. I'm not saying that we all have to be 24/7 activists. We just have to be an activist when the moment, requires us to do so. But
that's right.
Just to suggest that we have to do that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, we would die of exhaustion. That's why we vote for people.
But like you said, the people that we've elected to speak in our stead, we need to hold their feet to the fire.
We do. I mean, I'm sort of fortunate in my state because I voted for a guy who does speak for me, and he still does, and I'm very fortunate for that. But there are a lot of states, and there's a lot of you really great people in these really poorly legislated states that don't have that. And you feel like you're vastly outnumbered. Like, I make fun of people in California all the time. It's not personal. It's just there's not enough of you to make a difference because you're thinking too far ahead. You're thinking large scale when you should be winning local elections first. Your districts, your cities, your city councils, your county commissioners, win those first. And then once those people win, the voter base will come out of the woodwork finally going, oh my God, there's somebody finally in office that represents me. I can actually put in my vote and it'll matter. You got to start there. You can't be kingmakers in states where you're vastly outnumbered. You got to start at a grassroots level.
Well, it's just like I'm in a fairly free state, or at least I was for the longest time. But like the governor here is now jumping on the bandwagon and trying to ban just about everything can freaking ban, which is insane. But he was all pro-gun 4 years ago, and now he's changed his mind, and it's all about banning everything that has more than 10 rounds.
Well, today was Texas primary day, so I did my part, and I got chastised for it. I took 2 hours off of work that my boss had to pay. That annoyed him. And then I got to the polls today, and there were a bunch of libtards standing outside with their blue ribbons and their pink hats, and they were screaming. And they were like, "Who do you vote for? We gotta take back this state and turn it blue, and we gotta get more gun control." And I looked at them, I'm like, do you know how ridiculous you sound saying that to somebody who's carrying right now as we speak? And they just muted themselves. And then I walked in, did my duty, and as I walked out, they gave me the stink eye the whole way back to the car.
And then you shot them, right? Because we all know that gun owners are crazy.
Are the most violent people
ever,
right?
What was really strange is as soon as I declared what I was doing that day, they didn't provoke me.
Well, because they probably legitimately thought you would shoot them because that's what they think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You mean Antifa didn't show up and throw stuff in your face?
There ain't no Antifa in my area.
But once they knew that you were legally armed, nobody tried to provoke you?
Or nobody tried to disarm you and call the cops?
Nobody did anything. I walked in. There was a very lovely lady at the counter. She says, "May I see your voter ID card?" I handed it to her. She says, "May I see a form of ID?" And I looked at her and kind of smirked. And I handed her my driver's license. And I said, "How many people didn't do this for you today?" And she just kind of smirked back. Like we both were on the same wavelength. And she was like, "Here you go, sir." She handed me my ballot and I walked off.
I wish I could carry in my polling place. We don't have that option in our state.
I wish I had that option in my state, period.
Amen.
Well, truth be told, I wasn't actually carrying in the polling place because it was in a public school. But I just said it and I let them think that I was outside.
So we got a question from the chat, and it's probably one, we've heard a bunch before, but what the hell? We'll run it through the room anyways.
Yeah.
If you could only have one gun, what would it be?
I'm holding it right now.
Okay, we need to be more. Can the asker be more specific?
Okay,
specific about what? You can only have one gun for the rest of your life, forever, for all of time. Yes. You're stranded on a desert island. I don't know, whatever. Only one gun.
The gun grabbers make it to where we can only have one.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. What would it be and why? But you can basically have whatever you want. No bounds. No bounds.
Sure, whatever.
Damn.
All right. Oh, well, we'll run this through the room. AWAC, you first.
Since I'm the one who pretty much asked the question, I'm pretty sure you would probably understand my reasoning behind this. I would pick my AK-74 over my Yugo M72 because the Yugo M72 is like 12 freaking pounds.
Somebody turn their TV off.
Yeah, no TV watching in this chat.
It's not me. I'm muted.
Okay, AWAG, you were saying the AK-74?
I would do an AK-74. It's much lighter than what other AKs I'm used to, and I'd honestly take that over an AR because reliability. Because reliability.
Because reliability. All right. Gizzard Gary, if you could only have one gun for the rest of your life, which one would it be?
I presume we're talking about guns I already own.
No,
it can be.
No,
anything.
any.
However you want to answer it. Use your imagination.
Glock 17.
Are you sure you don't want a Glock 18? It's just like a 17.
Hey, it's his choice.
All right. All right, if you want the Glock 17, go for it. Roll call.
I would say,
Easy.
Glock 19.
Man, dancing around that 18.
Dancing around.
I was gonna pick that, but don't kill me.
I'm not gonna kill you.
All right, Triple D, what's your answer?
I actually have two answers. If this is like a fantasy answer and ammo is not a hold on. If ammo's not a factor and I can have unlimited ammo of any type I choose, I pick a pump 12 gauge. Because then I've got, I could do birdshot, buckshot, slug, whatever. If this is a real world scenario, it's going to be my Glock 19 because I'm feeling that 9mm ammo is going to be the most prevalent in the world. And I can kill animals with it for food. I can protect myself with it. I can conceal it if I need to. The only thing I'm not going to do is long shots with it. And with enough ammo, I might get good at that too.
Okay, now out of those two, pick one.
He's
my
only
Glock.
allowed to have one.
All right, his Glock.
So I'm picking
But if I had options of unlimited ammo, I would change my answer to the pump 12.
That wasn't the question. One of the
Okay,
two.
so Glock.
All right. Sean.
Well, it would be this.
Your Jurassic Park.
Beautiful.
My 4570 guide gun. Because it's not overly heavy, and it can knock down anything in North America. And why bring a pistol to a rifle fight? So it would be this.
Because 4570.
Yeah. This is the only gun I've ever had to shoot at somebody in anger.
Yo, you were telling us about that. That was awesome.
My anti-looter rifle.
All right. Anti-looter rifle. We'll accept that. Smeggy, what do you think?
I don't know, man. I'm having trouble. Because, half of me wants to say pistol because, carrying and whatnot. And the majority of my life, I'd be carrying to protect myself. But on the other part of me is like, man, I do really like hunting and shooting some deers. So maybe I should go that route and pick some type of rifle. So I think, I'm going to go with, and it's not something I own, but at least not yet. I'm going to go with an AK-47 because screw 74s. And just something with like a folding stock, maybe the underfolder or side folder or whatever. I really like the way underfolders look, but I know they're not super comfortable. So for, using it, because you can hunt with that. They'll take a deer down or whatever. But then because it's folding, at least I could like pop it in my truck and still have some self-defense. Or if it's like, crazy town, which I know we weren't talking end of the world or nothing, but if that's all I can have for the rest of my life, the end of the world might happen during my lifetime, in which case then I'll just put it under a trench coat and fold it up, so I can still have concealed carry with it. So I'm going to go with that, some type of...
Okay.
The skeletonized side folder, you mean?
The side folders. Oh, I love them. They're awesome.
The like triangle folder or whatever. Yeah, those are pretty neat.
Squib. What do you think?
Hey, Wag, you know that saying that says the only stupid question is the one that isn't asked?
Yeah.
This is a stupid question, Wag.
I know.
Yeah, you stupid dummy.
Oh, okay.
That being said, M1 Garand.
Oh,
nice choice.
Really?
You know, I can't.
It's going to be hard to find end block clips in the apocalypse.
Well,
we never said anything about apocalypse, dude. This is real life. Just you're going to live for the next 30 years or whatever. And what gun do you want?
I commend Squib.
I got plenty. I'm good.
I commend Squib. That was a hell of an answer.
Who knows? He might have a BM59 M1 Grand. So at that
none
point,
of us won that contest.
So at that point,
no, the BM69.
Eight.
Oh,
look it up.
Oh wow!
All right. Well, Scotsman, you're up.
All right. Well, I would have to go with my Model 29, the Dash 2, and it is one that I have. My stainless 6-inch.
Okay. It's an interesting one. All right. Hold on. I got a text message right now.
Would you ask someone for the answer and then they're text messaging you?
No, Jimmy's text messaging me. So.
And being a very stupid question, much
okay.
like the amount of end block clips that he has, I also have as many stupid questions. So
okay, well, hold on. It's my turn, and you probably are going to guess what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it anyways. Here it is. I am going to have. No, I'm not Travis P11, and no, I'm not Tony York. I don't want a Davy Crockett.
Corner shot.
I do. That's Jimmy.
1911.
Guys, let me finish. Damn it.
No. We're gonna keep guessing till we get it right.
I want an a Select Fire M14 with the bayonet lug and the original bipod.
Okay. Okay. I respect that.
I'm okay with that.
It's not an M1 Garand.
What makes you think you're going to be any more accurate with that than you are with anything else?
Because it has a bayonet
and a bipod together.
It's got a box magazine though.
It's got the bayonet with it. That's why. I've proven on video that I'm good with a bayonet.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, it's the only time he hit his target when he stabbed it.
The only time that we don't remember the video being uploaded.
I chose mine because there's no magazine to lose, crush, or mess up. That's why I picked it.
Yeah, but aren't the M1 the M14 magazines steel?
You could still get them run over.
Yeah, but
Select
still,
Fire set me.
Buy new ones. Like I said, this isn't end of the world bullshit. This is like real life.
You can only have one.
I keep forgetting that.
Yeah, so there we go. Anyways.
Okay. I'm going to have another stupid question.
No.
End of the world.
No.
End of the world scenario.
No, you're done. You're done.
Oh, man.
I wouldn't change my answer if it was an end of the world scenario then. Mine would be the exact same.
Okay.
I wouldn't either. I would just get, like
because big cartridge, no magazine, very simple mechanics, very hard to break. So.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I know you like the big stuff, but really with the 4570, like, why not just get a lever gun that is like a little bit smaller that doesn't beat the shit out of your shoulder, but you can still, go elk hunting with it or deer hunting or any of the other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I've got my 30-30 also. It's just I picked this because usually if shit hit the fan, I'd start heading north where the animals get bigger. So this would be infinitely more useful.
Now, how accurate is that? Like 45-70. Like what's kind of the useful range of that compared to? Because I know like a 30-30 is more. Yeah, you're within 100 yards or whatever. You can take a deer down and stuff. But once you start trying to go a couple hundred yards with the 30-30, it's not as good. So how much better is the 45-70? Like, is it?
I shot about a 6-inch group at 350 yards, which doesn't sound terrible. Doesn't sound great, but it doesn't sound terrible. I've got a friend who can shoot a 6-inch group at 1,000 yards. He has volley sights on his rifle, and he does it as a joke, but he got good at it.
Yeah, because that's the thing, right? You have to really like lob it up there because it's still it's a pretty big, heavy projectile, not going super fast.
Right. So I mean, he actually has volley sights from an old Enfield on his rifle, and he learned how to use them. And he does it as a joke, but it does work.
Yeah, what's the trajectory
like? That you're out there, and then you point at a cloud and pull the trigger.
240 feet over the target, I think he told me.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's at 1,000 yards though.
Does it? Would it still have like enough velocity and stuff at
still
1,000?
Goes through an inch of pine board.
I don't know what the equivalent of that would be as far as taking taking elk out or something.
You could take out a human.
Pine board thing used to be the old military lethality test or something, like in the 40s, 30s or 40s, something like that. I don't know, but he shot a 6-inch group at 1,000 yards, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I could ever do that, but I'm most of the time my encounters with wildlife, it's under 300 yards. So, I mean, that's why I chose this.
What is the most ridiculous firearm you've ever shot?
Lottie L39.
Lucky.
Expensive.
What's that do to a deer 1,000 yards?
Vaporize.
Yeah, pretty much blow it in half.
Ooh, I know my answer.
What, for End of the World?
No, the most ridiculous gun ever shot.
Oh, what is it?
It is, what the hell? They call it the Bug Zapper. It's a full auto 22, like little bullpup thing.
Huh.
The hell company makes that? I shot it at SHOT Show. What the hell? They're the same ones that they make the T-Rex. You know, that weird ass looking like AK thing. What the hell company is that? Anyways, that's probably the like weirdest thing I've shot. It was just fun, especially like rate of fire, and they call it the Bug Zapper for a reason, because you pop in. I think it takes like 10-22 mags. So you pop in one of those, click it to full auto, it just goes done. That you put the whole mag out. Just, I mean, it almost sounds like a warthog. You know how fast those all come out.
How do you pronounce this company?
It is fast.
Ackless or Alkeys, something like that.
Yeah, Ackless Defense.
Yeah.
It's
like very P90 looking.
But I believe it is actually like a 10-22 like action or whatever, and they just put it in their own like chassis thing. I don't know if they even really sell it. I just think they made one. Well, they might sell it. I don't know. But yeah, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever shot.
That thing looks so cool. 2,000 rounds per minute too. Holy crap!
That's what I'm saying. It's seriously, like, find a short video clip of it or something on YouTube. It literally goes whoop.
Nice.
And Jimmy is out there on the YouTube side, and he is saying he wants the Milcor MGL grenade launcher. It's a grenade launcher machine gun.
Oh, gee.
What's wrong with the Mark 19?
I don't know, but he wants the MGL, so, you know.
Oh, that's that pump tube looking thing from Terminator.
Apparently, it's 18 to 21 rounds a minute sustained.
Oh, no, it's that the pump action grenade launcher is called the China Leg.
Yeah.
No, it's this one here. I'll link it. Not link it, but
6-shot revolver grenade launcher. They're cool. They're definitely cool. It is man portable compared to a Mark 19.
Yeah. Let's see.
That's like one of those when you want to kill every motherfucker in the room.
Here. This is what Jimmy's response is. Look at that. There you go, Jimmy. Right here for you. There you go.
I'm pretty sure I could put a 45-70 round into the barrel of that thing and ruin his day.
You probably could, but at the same time, if you've got this setup right here, yeah, you're good.
So. That is the sole definition of F off.
It is. So,
it's like the Bahrain Mall Ninja right there.
Jimmy, that's a good pick. We'll accept that.
All right.
That's kind of, I'd like to see that video sometime. Kind of do a demolition ranch type video where you set one of those up, load one in the chamber, and then shoot your 4570 and see if you can get one down the pipe and blow the thing up.
Oh, it'd be such a waste of an MGL, though, wouldn't it?
I know, but how badass would that video be? Yeah, just make a mock-up.
Or get
see if you can
get a
grenade for it.
Get a demilled
No,
one.
get an airsoft one.
Oh, there you go.
They make them in airsoft.
Yeah.
They're only like
or just get the specs and set up like a paper tube that's the same diameter and just see if you could actually put tannerite behind it. You could simulate it. It'd be legal that way.
I'll take that challenge
and
if I can find a range that'll let me put tannerite on there.
This is the MGL, but someone was mentioning that it was the China Lake, and no, the China Lake is just literally an automatic version of the M79.
My dad actually had first-hand experience with one of those things.
Though.
It's an automatic version of the M79. That's all it is.
Well, it's a pump action version of the M79,
okay,
but
pump. Excuse me, pump. I stand corrected.
No, it's badass. There's some company that supposedly was going to remake those, and then they financially collapsed before they did.
What you could do is you could have like
Night Wagon Gunworks to the rescue.
I'm down, but you got to come down here to South Carolina.
Okay, I just got to find a reliable enough car to get down there.
Yeah, don't try and take that Supra.
Not yet. It's a good engine, but it's still working out the kinks.
Yeah, but no, you could make one of these, but it would only be able to fire shock rounds. But you could get away with it.
With a 37 millimeter, yeah.
37 millimeter flares.
Granted, yes, you can't get it in the original configuration, but a 37 millimeter shock round you could totally do, and that is legal. So, grain of salt. Take what you can get sometimes.
So you guys want to hear that Atlas defense gun?
Go for it.
He only has a 10 round mag in here, and this one actually has a suppressor on it. But if you can hear it from my phone here. Oh, come on!
It's like a duck fart.
That's it. 10 rounds, and I mean the gun doesn't even freaking move either.
That was fast. That actually sounded like a 3-round burst.
Yep, that was 10 rounds.
That sounds like those full auto BB guns at the carnival or the midway at the fair. The carnival where you're supposed to shoot the star out. You get 100 BBs for like $5 or whatever, and 2 seconds later you're out of ammo.
But yeah, which is so hard to do because once you start poking holes, then the paper just kind of flaps.
Yeah,
you pretty much have to draw a circle like all the way around the thing, like really far out.
Usually the guy will let you keep shooting the same target as long as you keep giving him $5 bills. But by the time you spent $25-$30 for a $2 stuffed animal,
if that, like a 37-cent stuffed animal.
Right, but I mean, he knows that there's going to be that guy that we've got pride as a man. It's like, oh man, I'm going to shoot this thing until I get every last bit of red paper shot off, and it takes $50 to do it.
Yeah. But anyways, that thing was neat. I enjoyed shooting it.
I don't think we've gone around the room yet. What's the most ridiculous thing you've shot?
I've not shot anything ridiculous. I've just shot pretty normal stuff. So I'm going to defer to somebody else.
I'm not going to call it ridiculous. I'm going to call it pretty freaking awesome. But the Barrett 85 50 cal.
Oh, I hate you.
I love that gun, and I want one.
I do too. Oh. All right, Squib, what's the most ridiculous gun you've ever shot?
Mark 19.
Nice.
Mark 19.
There you go. All right, Triple D.
Mark 19 a lot?
Yeah, we know. We get it. You were in the Marines.
I haven't shot anything ridiculous. If I had access to everything that's in my brother-in-law's gun safe, yeah, I mean he's got the Barrett, he's got the 500 Smith. He's got the Desert Eagle 50. I mean, he's got lots of cool toys that I've never gotten to shoot yet. Raging Judge. So those would be kind of the ridiculous things that are on my list to shoot one day.
All right. Roll call. Most ridiculous gun you've ever shot?
50 cal.
Which one? The machine gun?
Yeah. Full auto.
Okay. I'll accept it. Gary, what was the most ridiculous gun you've ever shot?
Oh, probably a 30-30.
30-30? Okay. Well.
Oh boy, you rebel! You're living on the edge.
Crazy.
Yeah, he's living on the edge. AWAG, what was yours again?
Mine was an H&K UMP 45 full auto.
That
thing was just so ridiculous.
Hey,
I would
Nice
love
Strike.
to own one though.
I might need to change my answer.
Go ahead, change it.
Well, conventional weapons, it was the Lottie. The most ridiculous gun I've ever shot was an M1A2 76mm gun on an M4A3E8 Sherman tank at Drive Tanks in Texas.
Oh, that's freaking
That
sweet.
was the most ridiculous gun I've ever
All
shot
right.
because it has a foot. It has a foot trigger.
All right, I'm gonna do code 102 here. Sean, fuck you.
Well, yeah, we have a place called DriveTanks.com here in Texas, and they have a Sherman.
Oh, get out of here! God damn it!
All right, Specky, what was yours again?
Mine was that KV-22 or whatever.
Okay.
The bug zapper. But Night Strike, I know what yours is.
Oh,
I can answer for you because if you say you haven't really shot that many like weird things or whatever, I mean, ridiculous doesn't mean bad. It's just like it's kind of weird or whatever. That's the way I looked at it.
Okay.
So, yours is a bump fire AR.
Oh yeah, my bump fire AR. That's the most.
I mean, that's kind of non-conventional, and it's a shame you lost it in the boating accident. But
yeah, I lost it.
What?
I mean, hell, if it wasn't for SHOT Show, my answer was gonna be the Rhino when I shot yesterday pomades.
Well, you also shot the bump fire AR too before I lost it.
No, I did, yeah. But like, if you would have asked me this like last year or whatever, then my answer would have been, that. So it's like it doesn't have to be super weird or whatever.
All right. Okay, you got me there. So that's it right there. If anybody has any questions or comments or ideas for the show, subjects or whatnot, send us a line, nightstrike1@gmail.com. That's NIGHTSTRYKE, the number 1 @gmail.com, and we'll try and fit that into our show. So with that, I think we've pretty much hit it on the nail. We pretty much come as far as we can.
What not to say to a cop when you're CCW?
No, that you can do that on Saturday, Travis P11.
Oh
But-
my.
I sat on the curb, and then I felt my arms being pulled behind my back. And this lady cop put cuffs on me, and I said, "What are you doing?" She said, "I'm cuffing you."
I heard that you can show a cop that you trust him by putting the snap back onto his thumb brake holster from behind him.
What the heck?
I saw a video on YouTube that said if I get pulled over, I should go ahead and pull my pistol out, clear it, pull the slide back, and lay it on the dash.
Yeah,
And if I'm really good at what I do, I should still be fiddling with it when he comes up to the window.
Yeah,
I think this is the perfect time for
The sad thing is,
hit or miss lawyers.
Oh,
to
that
mention
guy with
that.
the fake accent.
that was a serious video that was out there too. It wasn't even a tongue-in-cheek video.
By the way,
I would like to take this time to get a note from the hit or miss lawyers that anything said by a panelist on the hit or miss show is not necessarily condoned or
express views of the owners and operators of hit or miss.
In fact, I can almost guarantee anything said in the past 5 minutes was completely retarded, and don't ever do that.
Yeah, I also would like to note that any video that I've discussed and made fun of on any program is also not something that Sandhill Shooter condones.
Okay.
A lot of CYA going on right now.
Oh, well, you never know in this environment, buddy.
Yes, yeah, you seriously never know. All right, I guess I'm gonna throw one last note here. I'm trying to get to Tulsa. I've got an Indiegogo campaign. Throwing another link out there for everyone. If anyone could help me out, help me get to at least the plane ticket, that would be appreciative. Otherwise, I may not be able to go to Tulsa until November. So, on that, that's all I gotta say on that. Otherwise, that's it. We've pretty much run full circle. I'll run through the room real quick, and we'll see. If anybody has any plugs they want to plug. So, all right, AWAG, got anything to plug?
Nothing much. Just thanks for the invite. Go spend money on Night Strike so we can go to Tulsa.
Thank you. Gary, you got anything to plug?
Support Night Strike going to Tulsa, www.gizzardgary.com, and also Early Watch Kansas.
All right, Early Watch Kansas. Damn. Roll call.
Please go support Night Strike to get to Tulsa. You can find me on YouTube at Roll Call 219. You can find me on Instagram at Roll Call 219. You can find me on gunchannels.com at Roll Call 219.
Sandhills.
You can go to Sandhill Shooter on YouTube and find a couple of videos. More to come soon. I'm currently working on one in my head so far. Another rant that I'm about to release, so hopefully that one makes some sense too. And you can catch me normally on Caliber Corner on Travis P11 channel, Saturday mornings, 8 a.m. Central.
All right.
9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Sean, you're up.
Well, after I've been demonetized by YouTube, I decided to finally start taking my channel seriously. So you can find me on YouTube under the same name, Sean Ponery, and on Instagram under the same name. And you can see my video series of me putting this Hudson H9 through its paces versus various other carry guns. First video covered the PX4 Storm, which was another recoil mitigating handgun, and the results were quite surprising. So you can tune in, check it out, thumbs up, subscribe, and like. Thanks.
Awesome. Smeggy, do you have anything to plug other than Hit or Miss Tuesday nights 9 o'clock?
Well, since you stole my thunder, Hit or Miss Tuesday is 9 o'clock, Hit or Miss Tuesday is 9 o'clock, Hit or Miss Tuesday is 9 o'clock. I'm going to give out a call to action. We're being attacked on the state level and the federal level as gun people. So call your representatives, call your senators, call your governors, call your mayors, call your mom, call whoever the heck you feel like, but let them know that we like our guns. We don't want them messed with.
And you mean business.
Yep. Also, check out Daily Gun Show Monday through Friday at midnight on youtube.com/Daily Gun Show.
All right. Squib, you got anything you want to plug?
Feelings are no substitute for facts.
That's it?
100% feels.
What else you want me to say?
Well,
Here.
I thought you were the official.
9 o'clock a couple times if you wanted.
The official spokesperson for Locked and Loaded every Monday night.
Oh, there you go. Thanks.
What time is it?
It's supposed to be 8 Eastern, but Hawaii can't tell time, and we're about to have daylight savings time, and I don't think they observed that there, so he's really going to be screwed up. So who knows?
So sometime in the evening.
Even more so than he is already. All right.
Check out the front page of gunchannels.com, the news feed, and hopefully everyone who does live shows should be posting it over there saying, hey, we're going live at, 2 hours from now or 7 o'clock or 9 o'clock or whatever.
All right.
So, good place to keep up with stuff.
Last but not least, we've got Crazy Scotsman. What do you want to plug?
I got my 1,000 sub giveaway going on. I got 2 different packages, a pistol package and an AR package. And if you can help out Night Strike, help them out, get them to Tulsa, and Tuesday nights, hit or miss.
All right. Well, what about foreign and domestic?
9 o'clock.
Foreign and domestic, Sunday nights. No, Sunday nights.
All right. All right. So on that note,
we got 50 people watching right now. If you all toss in $5, He's there, man.
Really, I would $5. Come on, guys. I really need some help. I've got rewards there, so it's not like there's nothing there. But other than that, we're gonna kill it. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you on the next one. So, thank you and good night.
Bye, Felicia.
This was Hit or Miss.